quarterbacks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Bank of America Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
And you wonder, as he's about to take his first snap today, yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. I'm curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Gosh, this is Xavier Leggett. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Dak now from the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He puts some power on it deep. He's got it! Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And bringing them out as a former 5th-rounder from South Carolina. And before that, Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
And there's certainly still people talking about the game. The buzz is real. He posted unbelievable numbers last week. Even his passing numbers continue to rise league-wide. He reached heights rarely flown to in league history. It took volume, sure, to get him there, but also an eagle eye to see everything out there perfectly. He and the rest of us, we can only hope that he comes close to seeing that kind of production today.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go. Right, 97. Red, cycle.
Throwing is Rattler. He gets this one to Gould. It's a pickup of 26. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They've got 1st down from the 31.
Ready.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it sets up second down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Let's go.
First down from the red zone. Ooh, he got hit as he was... Surprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Set, ready. Ready.
Looking to throw, Rattler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. All right, looks like they want another look at this one. The play going to be...
Previous play is under review.
So the officials wanted the review, gave it a second look, and will keep their initial ruling. Going after tries goodbye lots. And the Saints start off well to tie things 7-7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 36. Legette's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy in midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down.
There you go. 26.
Now here's Prescott. Short pass brought in. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And the Saints grab it. Oh, he was fighting like mad to stay up, Brock. Extend that run, but we all know it also creates the opportunity to do what we just saw, force a fumble. So do you knock him there? Do you applaud the effort? Maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, probably a little both. A little pat on the butt, but a little reminder that ball security is job security.
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Here we go. Blue striker. Cut.
Here's Rattler. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Throw left side, complete. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 4. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Able to find Gould here. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Ready.
Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. The throw is caught. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. That's the end. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. We're ready to go with the 2nd quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line.
Another carry for him. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Prescott here from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Carolina first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the Saints' 21-yard line.
They give it to him again. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17 into the red zone. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun is Prescott. Got a man. Palmer has it. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal. Working from the pistol, Prescott. This throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. So after that completion, we've got a player in some visible discomfort. And here come the trainers to get him some help. Back to throw. Here's Dak. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Panthers can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Panthers tie things up at 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints come marching onto the field. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Throwing from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go.
Rattler back to throw. Complete out to the right. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Miller. And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Come on, set. Cut.
Running once more with Miller. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints take a 2nd quarter lead. Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And they're a touchdown back, Brock, as they take over down 21-14. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah! 26! 26!
Dak now from the gun. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And finally stopped at the 34. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
26!
First down, here's Dak. It is Cup, left side. He takes a pop, and the ball comes out. And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Here we go. 26!
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
And he's caught behind the line.
brought down beyond
And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Claws red. Down. 6. Mega. 6.
Rattler setting the throw. He beams one deep right side. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their lead just before halftime. Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Saints double their lead to 14.
Panthers 14. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. The Panthers returning their offense and this running back to the field. They liked how that drive was going, but the ending, the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series.
Here we go. Right take. 26.
Throwing on first is Prescott. Finds him over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that first down play. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Yeah. 26.
Here's Dak. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Yeah. Here we go. 26.
Throwing again is Dak. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
Dak throwing again. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Carolina in punt formation. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. The Saints and Spencer.
Saints take over 1st and 10.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Throwing his Rattler. Hits his running back. And he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule. You get a little something coming out of it, too.
Rattler to the air now. Cut out left. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. The Saints calling for a timeout. It's their first. All right, set now. 1st and 10.
Striker. 3-3. You. Ready. Ready.
Rattler. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Well, he sure has come out throwing a good ball today, and the passing game has really been clicking early on thanks to his efforts.
Yeah, his play's really elevated the start his pass catchers have been able to have as a result. And you know what they're all thinking right now? This could be a game where we all get to put up some serious numbers, especially if he keeps throwing it like this.
Ready. Ready. Drill green. Blaster. 6. Black Ultra.
Looking to throw, Rattler. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
On the ready.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Rattler. Able to find Gould here. He winds up out of bounds, but things not settled yet, so we've got a flag down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Just a momentary loss of focus, a break in discipline, and not a good moment individually as he gets hit with that personal foul.
Red, Cypress, ready.
Throwing it again here. He's on the move. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Still sticking with the passing game. He throws a big gain downfield. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints boat racing them to the halftime locker room. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints stretch their lead to 21. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers, taking over late in this first half. And losing by 3 scores, they'll have a final chance to take at least 3 off the deficit before halftime. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Now Carolina's going to take a timeout. That's its second. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Yeah, here we go.
Prescott here from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and then next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Well, so far, they've got to be pretty happy with how he's been leading their offense. It has been a great start.
And I'd hesitate to say it's only going to get better, especially if they really decide to keep running this offense through that quarterback's arm.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Now Rattler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints get more points to end a lopsided first half. Lutz there to tack on the extra point. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here.
Here we go.
Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Yeah, here we go. What do you think?
He'll throw it. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So at halftime, the Saints gonna have to make those halftime adjustments on the fly. We're skipping right through to the starts of the third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their... Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hut.
Straight ahead, here's Miller. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Come on.
Again, it's Miller. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Down.
Handoff here for Miller. And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. On the give, it's Miller. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Ready.
They'll run here from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Ready.
Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. And looks like the Panthers are in the dime. Yep, ton of DBs out there. 3rd down. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
From the red zone now. Finds a man right side. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers headed back. First and 10 now from the 30.
Yeah! Here we go!
First down, here's Dak. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys. I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
A good pickup of 8 yards, but still more than that. 9 to go now on third down. Dak now from the gun. And that one is picked off, but wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He fields this at the 18. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And all the touchdowns are sure going to catch some eyes around the league, but sure not unexpected for those of us who saw how well he was throwing it back when he got his first couple of scores.
Yeah, and if anything, he's only continued to improve and play better as this defense tried and failed to find any way to slow him down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Yellow, one, cut.
Blown back gets the handoff. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Come on, set.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Yeah! 26.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, Prescott. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Yeah! 26.
Handoff now from the gun. And he's brought down after a short gain. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
26.
Third and long for him here. Can't get it to him, incomplete.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
Ready.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Winky Luvu there for the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Saints have it as we start the 4th, and they can... They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Hand off to the back. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Throwing off the play fake here. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that completion gets him up to 400 yards in the football game. No, it's a tough mark to reach, but one that every quarterback takes pride in being able to reach, or at least challenge every so often. Now an inside handoff to Miller. And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Pick up of 7 yards on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Ready?
Here's Miller. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. He gets 3 on the run, and now a couple of options for him on 4th down.
Right? Switch, yellow.
Trying to push this past the marker. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They've got 1st down from the 31.
Green. Let's go.
They go left side with Miller. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for them. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Ready up. Go.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Bertolet able to knock it through. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
The Carolina offense headed out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
You know, okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that.
Automatic 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Yeah. Here we go.
Throwing on 1st is Prescott. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun is Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And the fair catch made here at the 15. No return on that punt. And the Saints are going to have some work to do as they take over. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. They're on a 3-game winning streak, Brock, and working to stretch that out to 4. They'll run here on 1st down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Give now to the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward to the 23. 3 yards to pick up that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Saints close to picking up their 5th win. They give it to him again. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. Give him 3 on that game. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect a timeout coming any moment now.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So this is a win on the road for the Saints. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3.